UW.com to see today's limited time offer.
State Fair Entertainment Los Angeles, the official summer fair of LA, is back starting July 21st through August 20th at Santa Anita Park. Tickets starting at $10 or a season pass for $20. Last year sold out. Get your tickets today at statefairent.com.
It's your journey. Own it in the Hyundai Santa Fe. The 2022 Santa Fe with complimentary maintenance and America's best warranty. New vehicles arriving daily. Only at your SoCal Hyundai dealer.
International travel apps, gadgets, tips, and tricks that will save you time and money and make for a better trip in TechSmart.
Friday at 5 a.m.
Good morning, I'm Frank Buckley. A driver lost control in a local neighborhood overnight, resulting in a violent crash that left 2 people injured and debris scattered all over the scene. We'll have the latest just ahead.
Good morning, I'm Christina Pascu, live in Ontario. A memorial for 2 fallen El Monte police officers set to begin any minute now. We'll have a preview of what's expected to happen coming up.
Good morning, I'm Trevor Shirley, live in Washington. The Supreme Court has wrapped up its term with its final 2 rulings. One deals a major blow to climate protections. The other gives a big win to the Biden White House. I've got all the details coming up ahead.
I'm Eric Spillman at LAX. Delta Airlines pilots, several hundred of them, have set up a picket line here in front of Terminal 3. They say they are exhausted from working long overtime hours. We'll have a live report.
And good morning to you. I'm Lynette Romero. In today for Jessica Holmes, an investigation has led to the cancellation of several local fireworks shows planned for this 4th of July. We'll tell you which ones.
Whoops. I was here all the time. Hey, good morning, everyone. I was watching the show, actually. I thought it was quite fascinating. Here we go with the weather forecast. Beautiful weather over the next couple of days. The main thing is cooling down in the valley and the Inland Empire. That'll be good news. The beach is looking absolutely gorgeous. The sun busting through. 73 coastal, downtown Los Angeles, 80, 93 in the San Fernando Valley. High desert, 94, 99 Inland Empire. Orange County Inland up to 84 degrees. And Frank, Lynette, back to you guys.
LAX is expecting a very busy holiday travel weekend starting today.
Airports across the U.S. are expected to be packed. KTLA's Eric Spillman live at the airport where some pilots are on the picket line. Eric.
Yeah, I would say there's a couple of hundred pilots here in front of Terminal 3 Delta Airlines. They're concerned about their schedules. They're complaining that they're working very long hours. They're fatigued, and they want to get that information out to the public. Let's come on over here and talk to First Officer Laura Woods, who is with the Airline Pilots Association. Good morning to you.
Good morning, how are you?
I am well. Tell us what this is really all about.
Delta pilots are here on our day off to send a unified message to Delta management that they need to get serious at the bargaining table. Our contract is overdue. We want actions, not just words.
And it's the schedule that you're concerned about in a lot of cases, isn't that right?
Overscheduling is definitely a concern for us, but right now, here today, we're sending a message to Delta management that it's time to get to the bargaining table. We want a contract now.
Okay, thank you for talking to us. And we did speak to Delta Airlines. We got a statement from them. They say this is an informational picket by off-duty pilots. They're saying it won't have any effect on customers today. They say negotiations with the pilots union had been on hold during the pandemic, but they say now they've been restarted and they hope to have some kind of an agreement soon. All right, the other major story going on here, in addition to this picket line at Terminal 3, is a lot of people are here to travel, to get away for the 4th of July holiday. This is what it looks like inside the terminal, or what it looked like a little while ago. It was crowded, long lines, wall-to-wall people. They're expecting 30 to 40% more passengers this 4th of July travel period compared to last year, even though a whole bunch of flights are getting canceled here at LAX so far today. 27 flights have been scratched. Nationwide, 400 are canceled so far today. 600 were canceled yesterday. The problem is the airlines can't keep up with the demand. They don't have enough pilots and other staff, so if things go wrong, you have some kind of a weather problem or something like that, they just can't recover quickly. And fares are higher too, much higher. But people are traveling anyway. We spoke to some of them earlier this morning. Where are you headed for the holiday weekend?
We're going to Cabo.
Cabo?
Yeah.
Is there a 4th of July celebration in Cabo?
We're about to find out.
Well, actually, the plan is my grandfather, he's celebrating his 90th birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
On July 4th?
Yes.
All right. What a reason to celebrate. Where are you going to be?
We're going to be in Boston or Maine? Maine.
You better find out.
Yeah, I know.
We booked during the pandemic, got canceled, and so we're like, got to do it before something happens again.
Back here live outside Terminal 3, just a whole bunch of these pilots here with their signs that say pilot contract delayed, labor risk is back on the table, ready to strike, that sort of thing. Passengers are crossing the picket line to go in to get into the terminal. Again, though, these are off-duty pilots, but they're picking a really good day to send a message to the public because so many people are here for the 4th of July holiday. We'll send it back to you.
And laws of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
And now, on behalf of all of the members of the court, I am pleased to welcome Justice Jackson to the court and to our common calling.
Just a short time ago, history made at the United States Supreme Court. Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson sworn in and is now the first black woman to serve as an Associate Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court. Brown Jackson replaces the retiring liberal justice Stephen Breyer, who she clerked for, and today swore her in. Her arrival keeps the court balanced the same, 6-3 in favor of the conservative justices. Before that historic moment, the Supreme Court issued a pair of major decisions in its final rulings of the current term. The High Court has ruled on the controversial Remain in Mexico policy, another decision expected to impact the government's efforts to combat global warming. KTLA's Trevor Shirley live in Washington, D.C. with more on that. Trevor, good morning.
Hey there, Frank. Good morning to you. Yeah, both of these final rulings were cases that had been watched very closely for this entire term. The first one deals with really a sweeping opinion on the government's ability to cover climate change policy. The other one had to deal with that Remain in Mexico policy, and the court issued a big victory for the Biden White House on that front. But let's start with that case involving the climate change issues. This was a case involving a dispute between the Environmental Protection Agency and a group of power plants. The court ruled today 6-3 along ideological lines that the EPA does not have broad authority to regulate power plant emissions. Advocates for climate protection say this ruling is a major blow against efforts to protect the environment. It could also complicate the Biden administration's efforts to fight climate change. Now on to that second ruling that came down today. That involves that controversial Remain in Mexico policy. In this decision, the court ruled in favor of the Biden administration, saying the White House does have the legal authority to end the so-called Remain in Mexico policy. That was a policy started by the Trump administration. That policy requires asylum seekers to stay in Mexico until their claims are processed by immigration courts. The Biden administration was sued by red states who argued the policy should have to remain in place. Today's ruling gives the White House the green light to end the Remain in Mexico policy. Again, a big win for President Biden. That decision was 5-4, with the court's 3 liberal justices joining Chief Justice